So I'm Robert Burch, partner in Burch and Coulston. We're a family law firm in Irvine, California, Orange County, California, that focuses exclusively on family law. We have four attorneys here. Three of our attorneys are family law specialists. I work primarily with Courtney Shepard, who's my right-hand woman, and Annie Coleman. We have a boutique law firm that just does family law. Love it. I've devoted my entire life, blood, sweat, and tears to family law. We have a unique structure where we have a team of attorneys that work on every case, from a partner to an associate to a paralegal. So you get a big firm structure with a small firm environment, which benefits our client both in blended rates and personal attention, and yet a big firm resource to your case, which is great. Great question, because it's really important. I see a lot of lawyers who don't focus their practice on family law, try and do family law, and they can really hurt their clients. Not intentionally, but they do it a lot, and I've seen too many of those cases. You really have to devote your career to family law to really understand it. There's so many subtle, complex issues in family law. It's one of the few areas of law that the State Bar of California actually certifies lawyers to be experts in. So there's about 200,000 lawyers in California, and of those, 1,200 are certified as specialists in family law. Of the four attorneys here at our firm, three are specialists in family law certified by the State Bar. The fourth is actually taking the exam to be a specialist. We think it's very, very important, because unless you're an expert, unless you really understand the area, you're not going to be of service to your client, and that's what is critical in family law. There's so many very complex subtleties in that area of law. Well, lawyers that dabble in family law or do it from time to time, there's literally decisions coming down weekly in family law from the appellate courts. There's that you've got to keep abreast of. There's areas of law that interact with each other in family law that you have to understand the interrelationships with. So tax law interacts with family law, real estate law interacts with family law. It's not enough to know tax law. You have to understand how tax law interacts with family law. It's not enough to know real estate law. You have to understand how it interacts with family law. It's not enough to know corporate law. How does it interact with family law? Securities law interacts with family law. Fiduciary duties have an impact on corporate law and securities law, and it's crucial that you're a specialist in family law so you can understand the subtleties of those interrelationships and how they affect your client. Someone who doesn't do it day in, day out, and understand which presumptions trump the other, they're just not doing a service to their client. So before you tell your spouse, and you've decided on a divorce, you want to do several things. First, consult a family law attorney, have a consultation, in-depth consultation. Second, secure the financial documentation. Make sure those documents are secure somewhere. They will be invaluable to you and your family law attorney in the divorce. Third, secure your valuables. Put them in a safety deposit box. They will disappear once the divorce gets started. Fourth, there's a variety of other action items, and it depends on the specifics of your case. So if you're the out spouse, if you're the spouse that needs support you're going to want to take certain actions to increase your support, and that's going to depend on the specifics of your case, and that's why it's crucial to see a family law attorney and have an in-depth consultation. If you're a business owner, you're going to really want to have an in-depth consultation with an attorney because there's certain things you want to do to protect your business. If custody is important to you, you're going to want to start to document a status quo regarding your relationship with your kids and how much time you're spending. You want to show the courts what exactly your relationship is and how much time you spend, because courts oftentimes go with that status quo, at least at the initial stage. Divorce preparation is the key to, just like anything else, just like taking a test, just like going to work, you got to prepare for a divorce. It is crucial to prepare for a divorce. I know it seems uncomfortable that you're preparing against someone that you're married to, but if you don't do it, there can be consequences, and that's why it's crucial to see an attorney and figure out exactly what you should be doing. If you don't prepare for a test, you usually will fail or get a substandard grade. You don't want to have a substandard divorce. Yeah, well, one of the real new changes to the law has to do with children, and the state has made changes saying that children now have the right to have their wishes communicated to the judges. If they're 14 years of age or older, they have to be able to communicate to the judge. Now, how that communication is made depends on each judge specifically. They can come into court and talk to the judge directly. They can have an attorney appointed for the child. They can have an evaluator appointed to talk to the child. But it's mandatory now, if they're 14 years of age or older, that their wishes are directly communicated to the judge. That wasn't always the case. Now it is. It's a new development in the law that empowers children and empowers children's wishes to be more directly communicated to the judge. Well, it's had several ramifications, some good and some bad. Some parents are involving and pressuring their kids to talk to the judge and telling the kids what to say and unnecessarily involving their children in the divorce, and that's been bad. They've essentially been telling the children, if you want XYZ, you need to go talk to the judge and tell him that you want to live with me. And those changes have been bad. It's brought out some bad apples and some bad parents. But there have been changes in litigation that have been good, of children that have been dying to talk to the judge and say, hey, judge, this is what I really want in this divorce. I want the conflict to stop. I want to be with this parent. And the judge has been more directly been able to hear from the child. And that's stopped a lot of conflict and stopped a lot of litigation and done better for the kids. And that's been a positive change in the law.